I'm not sleeping until we've got that belt back. I know everybody's laughing and say, yeah, Dricus was exposed. I'm a bad loser. Dricus is a bad loser. It's going to take whatever it takes for us to get back that belt back ASAP. It's not going to be a long story.
They kind of overlooked. They didn't take it that serious. They felt, okay, if we survive one, we're good. But to get to, you got to survive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you just couldn't do it.
Anyone that said it was a boring fight is a cave dog. Now, Chimaev, everyone knew the first round was going to look like that. What we didn't expect was Chimaev's ability to do that for 25 minutes. That was mind-blowing. He is the most purest build I've ever seen. He put all his stat points in wrestling.
It was like, I get this. He get this.
Khamzat Chimaev delivered a stunning and completely dominant showing at UFC 319 to capture his first UFC championship. After outclassing DDP in remarkable fashion, Chimaev returned to his homeland, where he was greeted with an overwhelming and celebratory welcome from fans across the UAE. Although DDP accepted the loss and gave credit to Chimaev, his coach has drawn attention with his bold trash talk. Dricus Du Plessis' coach stated that their priority is correcting mistakes before jumping into another fight, with the ultimate goal of defeating Khamzat Chimaev in a rematch. He admitted the strategy may sound simple: stop the takedowns, get back up, and punish Chimaev, but acknowledged that Chimaev's wrestling has improved, making the task far more difficult. Still, he emphasized that focusing on these adjustments now will allow them to return stronger and prepared to secure the win.
RDR is the next fight for you guys. You wouldn't be interested in a potential contender if you had to fight a contender next?
Look, I'll rather, I'll be honest with you, instead of spending time to prepare for going to another fight camp to prepare for RDR, I would rather spend that time to fix the problem that we've got and then go into a camp. So I won't just take a fight because fights are available. I want to fix this problem because we're going to face Khamzat and I want to destroy him this time. And I know it sounds easy, man. It sounds so easy. If you can just get that guy not to take you down, or stuff his takedowns and stand back up and just punish him. But he also picked up his wrestling game. So no RDR for us right now. Now I'll rather spend the time in fixing.
Morné Visser declared that Dricus Du Plessis will stop at nothing to win back the belt. He said critics may laugh and claim Dricus has been exposed, but both he and his fighter remain relentless. Visser stressed they'll do whatever it takes, targeting the title in the very next fight. He added that fans who only enjoy easy, predictable matchups don't truly understand competition, and promised that Dricus will shock everyone when he reclaims the championship.
Watch this space, guys. You've just maybe met the worst losers ever in your life. Me and Dricus. And I'm not sleeping until we've got that belt back. I know everybody's laughing and say, yeah, Dricus was exposed. I'm a bad loser. Dricus is a bad loser. It's going to take whatever it takes for us to get back that belt back ASAP. It's not going to be a long story. One fight and the belt. That's us back in the belt. So to all those naysayers and all the guys who support blanket style MMA, blanket wrestling, we in the real fight game, and we'll be back again and surprise you with just taking that belt back.
Fans were surprised by DDP's coach, whom many felt was overconfident even before the fight. He claimed Khamzat was one-dimensional, had never faced a real wrestler, and dismissed his striking as no threat.
Doesn't know what it is when people want to wrestle him. He's only facing guys who's trying to get away from his wrestling. We don't want to try to get away from his wrestling. We want to keep him up in his game. You can't think that you're going to beat my guy coming with one thing, and that's wrestling. That guy's one-dimensional. Have you seen his stand-up? I won't even give him a pro license for his stand-up. He doesn't present any problem for us.
The fight proved otherwise, and former champion Kamaru Usman criticized DDP's team for underestimating Khamzat Chimaev. He said their overconfidence turned into disrespect as they ignored the very skill that is one of the most dominant in MMA, which ultimately led to their downfall.
And even in the lead up is, I felt that, I don't want to say Dricus was too overconfident. I felt that even the team, with the way that they were talking, with the way that they were kind of the lack of respect for Khamzat, like, oh yeah, you can't come beat us with just one skill. You think you're just going to beat us with one skill? That's a pretty damn important skill. You know, it's a big one to overlook.
It is.
And
oh, it's the best one.
Kamaru Usman said Dricus Du Plessis' team underestimated Khamzat's strengths and paid the price. He explained that they thought lasting one round would be enough, but against Khamzat, you have to survive all 5, which they couldn't. Usman highlighted that Dricus spent 3 rounds trapped in a crucifix with no escape, exposing the huge stylistic gap and how unprepared his team truly was.
They didn't take it that serious. They felt, okay, if we survive one, we're good. But you got to survive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you just couldn't do it. I mean, he was crucified, I think 3 out of the 5 rounds. Crucified and had no answer for it. Like, it was almost like, I don't know how to get out of here. You know, it really was a big differential in
Kamaru Usman also admitted that Khamzat Chimaev managed his energy perfectly, noting he could have finished Dricus Du Plessis before the 3rd round. He explained that chasing an early finish can backfire, leaving a fighter drained in the later rounds and unable to compete at full strength.
And even watching that, Khamzat made a lot of mistakes that I think would have got him that finish before that 3rd round. You know, he got to a position where it was just kind of so easy. It was almost him controlling himself. He had to control his own emotions. He had to control his gas tank, because that's not easy to dominate a guy like that. And everything is working because in your mind, you're wanting resistance. Resistance is how you gauge how much output I need to put out, you know? But if everything is going right, you can't gauge how much output to put out. You're just like, maybe you might try to finish in that 1st round, then you get up 2nd round, you're like, whoa, I can't even lift my arms. Why am I so tired?
Adesanya praised Khamzat Chimaev for elevating the middleweight division, saying the belt is in safe hands. He noted Khamzat's relentless pressure, strong cardio, and ability to get stronger as fights go deeper, which allowed him to overwhelm Dricus Du Plessis.
Yeah, not what I expected, but I'm glad Khamzat fixed his cardio or improved his cardio to the point where he can go 5 rounds and just ragdoll people. That's a mess. That's a mess to deal with, because I thought DDP, okay, maybe round 4, he'd be able to stuff the takedowns because Khamzat would get tired, but he didn't even slow down. He slowed down DDP. He slowed him down, which was very impressive, because that's when he finished me round 4, because I thought, okay, I got him now, but he just finds a way to get his 3rd wind, 4th wind. But yeah, Khamzat made sure he didn't even get the 1st wind and just smothered him. 50-44, something crazy. 50-44, yeah, 50-44, that was crazy. So yeah, Khamzat, new middleweight champion, division's in good.
Rogan said bridging the gap against Chimaev is nearly impossible, as his grappling is levels above Dricus, who had no answers. Tom Aspinall praised Chimaev's dominance, control, and flawless ground game, calling it a complete performance while also crediting DDP's toughness.
To be honest, I've been thinking that this is going to be the fight of the year, so we'll see how that goes. Took him down straight away on the low double. A minute into the fight, he's got him in the crucifix. Little punches to the ear. He's working on his collie. Completely dominated in the 1st round. Khamzat straight on a double again, sits him down. If I was Khamzat though, I'd be trying to finish it in this spot. Once he gets some hands together from the back position like that, his grip must be unbelievable. What Khamzat's doing really well is he's switching stances a lot as well from the stand-up. In the limited stand-up that he's doing, he's keeping DDP guessing. But he's managed to reverse him though with 2.5 minutes left. Don't go for no submissions or nothing like that. Don't lose position. Oh, he's come for the guillotine. He's lost his position. He's popped his head straight out. Oh, last minute. He said he's put a few shots on him there though. He's got him going backwards. Oh, DDP's ended up on top with 30 seconds left. I don't think he'll have enough time to do much damage, but that's it. So a complete shot out for Khamzat Chimaev, new champion at middleweight. Congratulations to Khamzat. Commiserations to DDP.
Michael Bisping praised Chimaev as the first Chechen UFC champion, highlighting his total dominance over Du Plessis from start to finish, calling it a complete wipeout with the judges' scorecards showing full control.
And we have got a brand new champion of the world, the first Chechen champion, because yes, Khamzat Chimaev, Boris, the undefeated, went out there and absolutely ragdolled Dricus Du Plessis from start to finish. It wasn't even close. I mean, when you look at the judges' scorecards, the scores were 50-44, 50-44, and 50-44, all across the board. Now, there was a 10-8 round thrown in there. There could have been a few more 10-8s. The reality was Khamzat Chimaev went out there and just wiped the floor with him.
Bisping also credited Du Plessis for his resilience, noting how he stayed composed and fought back in round 5, but stressed that Chimaev's superior wrestling ultimately let him regain control and finish on top.
Fair play to Dricus Du Plessis. He stayed composed, he stayed focused, he didn't panic, he didn't quit, he didn't give up on himself. In between rounds at the start of the fight, he was still kind of jovial and saying, look, listen, I got this. At the end of the fight, he was still confident of getting a finish. And his best moment came at the end of the fight. In round 5, he managed to stop a takedown. He landed a couple of shots on the feet, managed to get top position, but then Khamzat Chimaev, with that freakishly good wrestling that he has, was able to turn the
Bisping detailed how Chimaev immediately secured a takedown, threatening submissions like a Kimura and rear naked choke, while keeping Du Plessis trapped in a crucifix, controlling him from side control and landing strikes until the finish.
As soon as the fight started, we knew about the wrestling from Khamzat Chimaev, but it was just seconds. And I mean seconds before Khamzat Chimaev was able to get the first takedown. Dricus hung on to a headlock. There could have been a Vlam flu choke there, but he let go of it. Obviously, he was wise to that. There was a couple of Kimura attempts here and there from Khamzat. Of course, he was trying to get the rear naked choke here and there as well. He was trying to get finishes. He was trying to get the stoppage. He was, but he couldn't do it because Dricus was defending. Now, Dricus spent a lot of the time in the crucifix position. When Khamzat took him down in the first round, just within seconds, he managed to get to side control, pin one of the arms down with his knees. The other hand you trap using your head. Then you have the other arm free to land shots, to crack him in the face, and ultimately get the finish.
Bisping acknowledged Du Plessis as a strong fighter, but said the middleweight division now belongs to Chimaev, warning that his reign could spell trouble for others, with only Rainier viewed as a real threat thanks to his elite jiu-jitsu and ground game.
Criticize Dricus Du Plessis. I think he's an incredible fighter and a great champion, and he very well may be back. But right now, we are living in the era of Khamzat Chimaev, and I'm telling you right now, and just like Dean Thomas said, this will be a disaster with Khamzat Chimaev as the champion. I don't mean because of what Dean Thomas said. Dean Thomas was like, he isn't going to be able to fight too frequently. He struggles to get visas and stuff like that. No, when I say this is a disaster, it's a disaster for the division, because from what I see there, ain't nobody, apart from Ranier de Ridder, ain't nobody beating him. Ranier de Ridder is the only guy that has a shot because of the jiu-jitsu, because of the skills that he has off his back.
Robert Whittaker dismissed claims that Chimaev versus Du Plessis was boring, saying only casuals would think that. He praised Chimaev's elite domination over such a tough, relentless opponent, calling it rare and something true fans should admire.
Anyone that says it's a boring fight is a casual, okay? No offense. No offense. Like, you got to take a little offense. I'm sorry. If you're a fan of the sport, okay, and you're not absolutely fascinated by the ability, like by Chimaev's ability to control someone who's as dogged and fights out of things like Dricus, who's done it time and time again, who's physically never gasses anymore, like super strong, has cardio for days, is prepared for him, has a great headspace. If you're not fascinated by like such a one-sided domination, man, then you have to be a casual, because you never see this.
Robert Whittaker said that at the championship level, watching someone get crucifixed and controlled for 15 minutes is incredible, and he questioned how any true fan couldn't appreciate such a dominant display.
Like this level, at championship fights, this level of control, unreal. Man, we just saw someone get crucifixed for like 15 minutes. Like, how can you be a fan of the sport and not think, wow, that's crazy?
Kamaru Usman dismissed rumors that he could have beaten Khamzat if not for the short notice, giving full credit to Chimaev. He said circumstances don't change the fact it was a loss for him and a win for Khamzat, adding that fighters always face challenges, but Khamzat earned a victory and deserves respect.
Foremost, let's address it with the whole, oh yeah, you took the fight on this day's notice and it looked, listen, at the end of the day, I know who I am as a fighter and the way that I approach this game. And so does Khamzat Chimaev. At the end of the day, it was still a loss on my side. And it was a win on the win column of Khamzat Chimaev. So there's, I don't, oh yeah, you should feel this way. No, it was an L. I don't feel any sort of type of way. There's an L and there's a mutual respect there with how I respect him for coming at it. Because each and every fight that we go into as fighters, you don't know what we're dealing with. You don't know what he was dealing with. You don't know what I was dealing with, you know, going into the fight. And it looked the way it did. And also, like I said, styles make fights. I'm a much different style than these guys are. And I say it all the time. You don't know until you get in there. Khamzat did the best that he could to get the win. And he got that win. So let's give him that credit and let's...
Gordon Ryan praised Khamzat, Chimaev's UFC 319 win, as a masterclass in modern grappling, highlighting his dominance in scrambles, transitions, and pressure, showing how MMA has evolved beyond old-school jiu-jitsu. Meanwhile, Dana White admitted he was surprised by the one-sided performance, noting that Khamzat's early control set the tone for the entire fight.
Incredible energy in the crowd, incredible fight itself. Khamzat's performance, I mean, was unbelievable. Yeah. Give us your takeaway of it. And did you see before this fight that being the possible way it was going to play out?
No. The lead up to this fight, I said, I bet the main event is the fight of the night. Didn't see that coming, but not shocked either. I mean, you go in and dominate the way that he dominated. If you can do it the first round, more than likely going to do it the second and throughout the rest of the...
Dana White said he scored nearly every round for Khamzat Chimaev except the last, praising Dricus Du Plessis for enduring tough positions, absorbing heavy strikes, and still showing heart and determination by fighting back each round.
Right, obviously he was outmatched in the wrestling, never gave up though. Even in the last round he started landing his own shots. What did you make of DDP and his toughness to survive 5 rounds?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I had every round at 10-8, maybe except for the last round. But you know, to be in the position that he was in and the crucifix and just getting dominated on the ground and punched in the face and elbowed, and it's a very frustrating place to be in. I thought he handled it well and came out every round, you know, trying to get in the fight and try to win. Yeah.
Demetrius Johnson praised Khamzat Chimaev's dominance, while also commending Dricus Du Plessis for his resilience and creative submission attempts, adding that fans uninterested in grappling should watch other sports instead of criticizing MMA.
Go! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! 2 minutes left, baby! Let's see what you got! King of Africa! Oh! Oh! Fuck! I'm sorry, chat. I wanted to see a finish. This isn't a fan-friendly style. Oh! Oh, shit! He's gonna finish. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Oh! He's got a body triangle. Oh, man. Just out wrestled, but great fight from Khamzat. DDP has a lot of heart, and I love that about him. I love that he's able to transition. He took it back, had a body triangle, went for a guillotine, went for a rear naked choke. If you guys don't want to watch grappling and wrestling and jiu-jitsu, don't watch you.
A.O. Borrelio commented on Khamzat Chimaev's win, saying he wasn't surprised but found the fight less exciting since it went the distance. Having trained with Chimaev at All-Stars, he feels his familiarity with Khamzat's system gives him an edge and considers himself the only current fighter capable of beating him, though he respects Chimaev like a brother.
9 total strikes landed, 21 minutes of ground control, but you see a lot of fans out there calling it boring, not exciting. What did you think?
I think he did what he always does, but this time he didn't finish. So when a grappler comes and just hug the guys and he doesn't finish, it becomes a boring fight. Spent 1 month in his training camp when he was in All-Stars over there, and I know very well how he works, his system and everything, and I think I have advantage between all the middleweight fighters. I think I'm the one that have advantage to beat him, because I know what exactly he's doing, what exactly is his system, and all the steps that he needs to go through and how to deny these steps. So I'm very respectful for Khamzat. He's like a brother for me, but at this time, at this point, at this level of the competition, it's me and him, you know.
That's a wrap for today's video. Share your thoughts on this matchup in the comments and subscribe to our channel for more updates on upcoming UFC fights.